Okay. Hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the Beast Wars podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David.
And today we are pulling the trigger on episode 16, The Trigger, Part 1.
Yes! I'm excited by all the episodes.
Well, it's a Part 1, so we know, we haven't had a two-parter since the pilot. And that one was huge, so this obviously has to be a story of similar import.
And this one is, as another sign that it is a story of similar import, this one is by Bob Forward, one of the two story editors for the show.
Mm-hmm. So we open, we're in the Arctic, and there's a cloud passing by a mountain, but there's something in the cloud that's knocking stuff off the mountain.
Tigatron has fortunately gotten back to the Arctic since the last episode.
Yes, and they've set him up with a cool satellite phone thing. It is huge.
It's also, the cloud does not look great. It's not a great-looking cloud.
The cloud's not great-looking. The mountain's textures are too small, so it looks like it's a miniature mountain.
This is an episode that 5 or 10 years in the future would look amazing.
Yeah, but there are some things that work in it, because at first it's like silent, and you just see snow and a little bit of a storm, and it's kind of moody at the beginning, but...
Yeah, I do like that intro.
The visual limitations start to set in.
Yeah. They were ambitious, and their ambition was not rewarded.
And then they also had sight gags of snowballs falling on Tigatron's head.
Yeah, he has a concussion now, right?
Well, he's a robot. He doesn't have like a brain in there, so...
He has a sight concussion.
It's like if you accidentally drop your phone.
Maybe my phone gets a concussion.
Oh yeah, but
you don't know.
Also, Tigatron's making his weekly report.
Yes. I guess he just checks in every week. It's like how you have to call your parents every week. How you doing? What about that nice girl you date?
Cycles in a week.
Maybe, I don't know. But
I guess they have weeks as well as cycles.
Yeah, but that satellite dish is so big. How did they get it there? Did they build it on site?
Maybe.
Is it part of the Axelon?
Every time he's back at the Axelon, he brought some parts.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
the last time they sent him instructions and an Allen key.
I mean, clearly they're within walking distance of the Arctic, so I'm just gonna call it the Arctic.
Yes.
Because it's obviously meant to be the Arctic. So maybe since it's within walking distance, maybe Rhinox would just haul some parts over there, and he just made a couple runs, and there you go.
My headcanon now is Rhinox built the entire thing, didn't have an idea for where to use it. Tigatron was like, that would be super useful for me. And Rhinox was like, oh god, how are we going to get it all the way out there? And then there's just like a 2-hour thing that wasn't shown of just Rhinox balancing it on his back with like Cheetor, Tigatron, and Rat Trap all around him with ropes to keep it from toppling over.
Aw, so good.
So he calls into the maximal base. Unfortunately, he gets Rat Trap, who... Rat Trap doesn't get a whole lot to do in this episode, except for kind of bitching at Dinobot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that. He and Dinobot are obviously, they're going at each other. They got some...
They didn't have any lines in the script, and Scott McNeil just decided to improv with himself in the background.
And they decided to keep it.
I do love that Rat Trap calls the Axelon Good Guy Central.
Yes. It's pretty adorable.
What I don't love are the footprints in the shots of Tigatron talking to them from a distance that don't actually match up with Tigatron's feet.
No.
Well, they're his cat feet, kind of.
They're his cat feet, but then he's walking on the snow with his robot feet, and there's no imprint.
Well, yeah. Can only do so much. Snow is hard to do.
It is, and they tried so hard, and it didn't work.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the Predacons have been relying on Tigatron's punctuality because they choose this time to attack in the form of Waspinator and Terrorsaur.
Oh, but before that, Rhinox was studying the moons.
Oh, right. Yes, he's studying the moons, and it's hollow.
One of them.
One of the moons is hollow.
Well, no, he says one of the moons is lighter than it should be for its size, so maybe it's hollow?
As if it were hollow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is, hey, metaplot.
Yep.
You see Bob Forward's name at the beginning, there's a pretty good chance we're going to have some metaplot today.
We have been, we're getting close. We're halfway through the season. We're getting close to that big season finale. Got to set some stuff up for it.
Yeah.
And it does so in an impressive way. And you'd have to sort of be paying attention to see that coming, but eventually this would sort of all add up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Especially since we are going to be finding more about the eventual plot of the season finale in this two-parter.
Mm-hmm.
The Predacons attack. Terrorsaur fires what appears to be a bullet bill at...
Well, it's a rather classic thing of like painting a plane or a missile with something on it. He painted a little shark face on one of his missiles.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just one, or were there multiple?
Just the one has the shark face on it.
He shoots the one, and it flies. It doesn't hit Tigatron. It lands in the snow, and it's a dud. It does not go off.
I thought they knocked over the thing first, cutting off the transmission.
Maybe? I don't remember.
And that is the thing that ticks me off, because it cuts off the transmission and it goes to static. It's an optical sound device. That doesn't go to static, that just goes to silence.
Yeah, that's sending a direct signal.
I checked.
That's kind of weird. That is kind of weird. The satellite falls over onto Tigatron and...
With a frame rate, and a big explosion.
That thing takes forever to fall on.
It takes it goes through the entire commercial break, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a commercial break there, at which point Tigatron just heaves it off of himself as if it's no big deal.
Yeah, and he leaves behind a snow tiger underneath it, but...
Again, nice try. Once he's stood up and standing in it and shooting at people, it's clearly not dimensional.
And if maybe Terrorsaur and Waspinator should have considered not attacking Tigatron during the one time in the entire week that he is in direct communication with the Maximal base.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have been like, he's standing at something looks kind of like a communications array. And anyone who's not a complete idiot, now I'm saying that because they are idiots, anyone who is not a complete idiot can see that it's got a satellite dish on it. So it's probably some sort of communications array. So maybe they might want to let him finish talking to whoever he's talking to, hang up the phone, and then attack him. And then no one will even come check on him for a week.
Yeah.
I think their plan only got as far as, he comes here often so we could ambush him.
Yeah, there's that.
But yeah, if they had half a brain between them, they would have waited for him to finish his call.
Bad timing, guys. Bad timing. Yeah. Also, the dud missile was very impressive. It was
the one good-looking sequence, too.
Fizzles out, and it only goes off because Waspinator's shooting wildly and happens to hit it.
It doesn't just fizzle out. It takes a moment to fizzle out, and it sputters a bit, and then one of the little tail fins on it, swings a bit and then falls off.
It is a comical dud missile. It's kind of the same gag they used in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of that.
And then Waspinator's shots hitting the snow actually does look good. That's the one snow effect they tried in this episode that worked.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And that's sort of a pattern of this episode, that it's just, it's a little too ambitious.
Yeah, visually, they try, very much so.
Like, in the last episode I mentioned compositing with the perspective thing. This episode they have composited in explosions and fire.
Yes.
It's actual, firework explosions that they overlay on the CG stuff.
I assume they either got these from stock or they had a real fun time in the parking lot.
I'd assume the former, but the latter sounds more.
I'd assume the latter, because those stock things are expensive.
Yeah, that stock stuff can be a pain to license.
Yeah, there are enough Canadian productions up there. They might have gotten it from somebody else.
They're filming an episode of Highlander across the way. We're going to just film their explosions.
No, yeah. Well, I was thinking Mantis, but sure.
or Mantis.
Did they film Mantis in Vancouver?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it makes sense. They filmed, like, every syndicated action TV show in Vancouver.
I'm not 100% positive, but I think so.
I love that Highlander fans refer to the city where it takes place in as Seacouver.
So, at the end of this battle, Tigatron ends up taking a header off a cliff into that weird cloud, and he totally disappears. The Predacons have actually learned a trick from previous episodes, because they actually check to see if they can find his body.
Yeah, Waspinator's really excited about collecting his head.
Yeah, that is gross, Waspinator.
Waspinator collects heads?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he has a couple spares of his own. Maybe he's thinking he can turn...
Oh, yeah, you can always use a spare.
Although, I'm also wondering which head he was talking about. Did he want his robot head, or did he want the tiger head hanging in the corner of his quarters?
Well, I guess that way they can each have one.
Yeah, they didn't need to bicker over it.
Yeah.
But, of course, that cloud's no cloud.
And I do like that it's Terrorsaur who picks up on this, because he is the expert when it comes to flying clouds.
And
flying mountains, rather.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, he knows that's the thing that happens here sometimes, you know? Everybody else hasn't still quite gotten it through their heads, but he's seen that stuff, man.
And then from the outside of the cloud, we hear them screaming, and there's explosions and stuff, and it boils down to Waspinator and Terrorsaur get beaten up by a cloud. That's how it looks.
Well, yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's mysterious. There's something going on in that cloud, and we will find out what it is later.
Yes.
In the meantime, Prime finally got there and says we have to face the grim possibility that Tigatron may have been destroyed.
Yep.
Also, one more critique of that whole Arctic sequence. Everyone's oddly dark, and that's not how snow works.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the idea is to give it sort of a stormy look, because you think if there's a lot of snow, there's going to be clouds precipitating that snow, but no, the clouds precipitate the snow and then they go away.
Yeah. But I guess that's no ordinary cloud.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
So yeah, they go in there, they manage to head back to the Predacon base, but they are super messed up.
Yes.
And they're spied upon by Airazor, who just happens to be sitting on the tree that's outside the Predacon base. The withered tree that's in almost every shot.
Yeah.
And we're introduced to their base, their establishing shot.
And Airazor seems to have been spending time around Rat Trap because she immediately makes an entirely inappropriate 90s Earth reference.
Oh, yes. The grunge look is coming back.
It's like, Airazor, you were just born.
All her one-liners in this episode seem like they were written before they decided who was going to be cast and what her voice sounded like. Because they just don't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Predacons, they relate their story to Megatron, and it's a big flying island.
Yeah, well, they say monument.
Or, yes, a monument.
Yeah.
And they're beaten up and just sort of babbling and explaining, oh, we tried to shoot him, and then we got blowed up, and now we're in horrible shape. And then at the end of it, Terrorsaur just faints and falls on top of Waspinator.
He's had a bad day.
Yeah.
He has bad luck with flying mountains.
And yeah, this is around this time we sort of we cut back to Tigatron. He is on this flying island, and I don't know how best to describe this.
It looks like a really early video game, a 3D video game.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Myst, I guess.
Yeah, the lighting is because it's inside the big gray cloud, but inside the cloud you have a purpley bluish sky.
And it's this verdant. It's very impressive that it's managed to maintain this great green verdant look to it when it's floating through the Arctic.
Mm-hmm.
Tigatron calls it a tropical ecosystem, but it really looks more temperate.
It looks like you log into vanilla World of Warcraft around 2005 with all the graphics turned down, and you're in Elwyn Forest, and it's like there's some ground texture, and there are a few trees, and
It's like EverQuest.
it's not great.
No,
It,
not
it
really.
really.
They wanted to do a lot, but couldn't. But the style of it is kind of different from the rest of the environments and the rest of the show.
I
The
think part of
biggest
the
symbol
problem,
on the monument in the middle is weird, too.
I think the biggest problem may
The Illuminati.
be normally when we see these great environmental flyover shots, they're flyover shots. And here you're getting a lot of static shots, and it really lets you see how not great the CG is at this point. I mean, I'm sure it's great for 1996, but
It's remarkably sparse is one of the big problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you have a few trees that are all probably just duplicates of the same model. At least several of them are duplicates of the same tree model. You've got just textured ground in this, bitmap. You have bitmapped ground, and it's just all kind of flat, and it just doesn't look great.
Nah. The most interesting things are the brown rocks.
Well, the tower in the middle.
Yeah.
The monument itself.
Yeah.
The texture's not great.
Although the tower's very geometric, too. It's not interesting architecturally.
Yeah, it feels like either they built this ridiculously fast, or it was like leftover from some earlier project of like almost a video.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like the general idea of it, and I do like the look of that central tower.
Yeah,
Because it does look like an evil Illuminati Washington monument.
Yeah. If they'd done this at the end of the season or at the beginning of season 2, it would probably look way better.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Although I was also surprised, Tigatron's walk animation while he's exploring for the first time looks really choppy. Maybe they had to cut some other version of it that had a problem or something, and they had to rush on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. I mean, I guess we'll have to see how the second episode ends up looking.
That's another distinct possibility. It might be just one of those, we had no budget for the first half because we spent it all on the second half style of two-parter.
Yeah.
Or it could be we had the budget for one episode and we made it into two.
This would be hard to fit in as a single episode.
Yeah.
You could have shortened the first half of the episode significantly. But
that's true. I do like the mystery angle they went with, though, where we don't know what happened or what is going on with this cloud. And we still don't really know what the deal with this island is. Although it quickly becomes apparent that it's not something like the floating Energon mountain from Power Surge, and somebody built this thing.
Yeah. The Illuminati built it.
Yes.
Apparently.
Oh, damn
And
reptilians.
Blackarachnia wants us to find that out before we just blindly send people in to try to kill Tigatron.
Yes. So yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, Blackarachnia and Scorponok have been assigned to check this thing out. They're pairing those two up again.
Yeah, well,
Except
after...
this time Megatron is not being subtle about how much he does not trust Blackarachnia.
Yeah, there's that great bit where Blackarachnia is, she's heading off, and then she notices Scorponok's not following her, so she sort of stops her floaty hoverboard thing and looks back, and Megatron and Scorponok are having the most suspicious-looking little whisper conversation.
Yeah, there's some good shots in that segment.
Megatron even tells Scorponok to stay behind.
Yeah.
Like, maybe text him next time, Megatron?
Yeah,
Well, that would require Scorponok to be able to read.
That's true. Or hold a phone in his hands.
Yeah, well, he does scratch his butt before he has to talk to Megatron.
Why?
Scorponok has been doing more of just clamping his claws while just standing there and thinking. And talking.
He's
Like this in the
picking
last
that up as a mannerism.
Mhm.
It's pretty great.
I mean, his mannerisms have been pretty wildly inconsistent, so, if that's his thing now, clicking his claws, that's totally fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Totally fine.
Works for Clamps from Futurama.
Yeah. So Airazor has reported back to the Maximal, so she's going to follow Blackarachnia and Scorponok.
Because finally they have a flyer who can fly in beast mode.
Yes. So he's not going to alert them with his super loud jetpack.
Yeah. Or, having to transform back because of Energon overload.
Yes. So, Tigatron is exploring this island, sees the ever-popular Beast Wars metaphorical butterfly.
Yes.
Yep.
Up again.
I love how this one has quadrilateral wings.
Yes. It's an alien butterfly, I guess.
Yeah, this isn't Earth.
Yeah, because this isn't Earth.
Yeah, this is obviously not Earth. It's got, Earth doesn't have a big hollow moon.
So he's found his own paradise, free of the outside influence of the world. It's so beautiful to him, although badly rendered. It's his own veritable golden lagoon.
That tries to kill him if he ever shoots anything with it.
Well, yeah.
Or even if he just walks by the wrong rocks.
Yeah,
that
was weird. Booby traps from,
there's a booby trap with a bunch of super terrifying rock catapults.
Yeah.
And bottomless pits. Literally
Yes,
bottomless because it's a floating island.
Yeah, the bottomless pit could have been an accident, like the island slowly deteriorating, but those big rock traps are rather obvious, and he wasn't doing anything, really.
Well, I figure the point of them is that the rock traps being obvious means that you have to be intelligent to avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's a basic video game thing. You have to get through this puzzle. Why is the puzzle there? It's a normal pathway. This is the whole...
Like I said, this is kind of like a CD-ROM game.
Well, that's the thing, is maybe the puzzle is there to force you to prove your worthiness to get past it.
Yeah, well, and
So
also to prompt
proving-
you to shoot your guns.
Yeah, but you're proving your worthiness to be there by not setting off the traps and not engaging in wanton acts of violence.
Mm-hmm.
In the next episode, Tigatron is going to have to create a fake mustache using cat hair, and then draw a fake mustache onto his ID.
He may also need to find the master of unlocking.
Yes.
Yeah, Blackarachnia and Scorponok, they've tracked down this cloud. She grappling hooks this cloud, which is impressive.
Yep.
And Scorponok gets to use a Cyber Bee.
Yay!
Yeah.
In my notes, it says Cyber Bee in all caps with 3 exclamation points.
And if it hadn't been, if you did them in pencil, they would also have little hearts drawn around them.
Yes.
It
And
is
he's
very
made a Cyber Bee.
Cyber Bee, too.
Yeah. And the Cyber
That's
Bee
Cyber
has, like...
Bee, now in color.
Now, well, yeah, it has, like, 16-bit vision.
Yeah, it looks like a GoldenEye level.
Yeah.
It is very interesting that the video it sends back is pretty much just perfectly good quality, but with 16-bit color.
Yeah.
I mean, his last one looked like convenience store video camera, so this is a step up.
He's upgraded.
If he'd survived to season 2, he'd be in like HD by then.
Yeah. Gosh,
Ooh,
by season 3, it would be holograms.
Well,
We finally get the flyby with this, too.
Yes.
And it
And
looks slightly less bad in a flyby.
Yes. And unfortunately, unfortunately for the Cyber Bee, Tigatron intercepts it, and unfortunately for Airazor, she totally gets shot out of the air by Scorponok.
Cats are great at grabbing bees like that, or just
Oh, yeah.
insects.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And the
Pounced
first-person
on it.
view of it is amazing. It's
Yeah.
the kind of jump scare that would go on to inspire the Paranormal Activity movies.
Oh.
It was pretty great.
Oh, yeah. And Scorponok's missile hitting Airazor is that weird firework effect.
Yep.
I do like the bit with the falling feathers, though.
Yes.
Yeah, that was nice.
Even though they're all the same feather.
Well, yes.
Oh. Well, make one guy.
They're not some kind of bird scientists, they're animators.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that was that was almost a genuinely worrisome moment. Except then you have to remember that she just got introduced and CG models are expensive.
Yeah, this isn't season 3.
Yeah. This isn't a season ender.
Yeah. So, Scorponok then avoids being nuked by the Washington Monument. And Blackarachnia decides that, she'd kind of like to have one of those.
Yeah. And this is very much her coming into her own as a character. There was some of that last episode. This is where we really see her as very much an aggressively ambitious character.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Ambitious and competent.
Yes.
Yeah, unlike Terrorsaur or anybody. Well,
Yes.
Tarantulas is doing things in the background we don't know about mostly.
Right.
She's doing them more openly, but not as ridiculously open as Terrorsaur, where everything falls apart for him.
Yeah.
And she's
Terrorsaur is
competent.
just like cartoon Starscream.
Yeah. Megatron can fall over and Terrorsaur is like, I am the new Predacon leader!
Blackarachnia, I notice, is almost functioning as like the Predacon closest thing we have to a protagonist. They're willing to give her the point of view scenes that we usually don't get from the Predacons.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I
you
mean-
get it from Megatron once in a while.
But it is notable
Yeah.
we see that point of view scene of the Megatron and Scorponok whispering. That's from her point of view.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, she is kind of a major player in this episode to the point where you do sort of see things presented from her point of view. So that's, like you said, something we don't see a lot with Predacons. Maybe Terrorsaur in The Surge.
Yeah. And really, so she is kinda, at this point, becoming the best female character Transformers has yet had.
Well,
Which is
yeah.
not saying much.
Yet
but
had and will
I mean-
not have for decades.
I've got a lot of strong feelings about G1 RC, but I have to say, as written, she didn't really, she was just an Autobot. And even in G1, the Autobots were kind of, occasionally they got a character trait.
Which was usually just a voice type.
Yeah.
Right. This guy's paranoid, this guy's vain, this guy sounds like Peter Lorre.
This guy sounds
What
like he's
sticks
underwater.
can you do? Actually, that reminds me. Maurice LaMarche did a voice for G1, or how many voices
Yes.
did he do for G1?
Not
I'm
many.
surprised. I'm surprised we didn't get a character that was Orson Welles other than Unicron.
Yeah, surprisingly, he did not do Unicron when he appeared in season 3.
Aw. Sad. Maybe
what?
they didn't realize that yet. Maybe they didn't really...
Yeah, he must
He
have
hadn't
still working on
perfected his shtick yet.
He was sort of starting out, I think he was only in one episode, where he plays one role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently he didn't, that was a bad episode, as I guess, Casey Kasem had just quit.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
What episode was it?
would've
It
been-
was, Thief in the Night.
Okay.
One where,
Yeah.
Triptychon is stealing stuff for, Abdul Fakadi.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be one. That one actually led into the episode Starscream's Ghost, which led into a Beast Wars episode we're going to be talking about.
That's right.
Spoilers.
But yeah, that was a strange little unofficial it was clearly written as a two-parter, but it wasn't really presented as one. It was
They
an
might have
odd
even aired
little...
them out of order, because
They
Generation.
may have. Yeah.
Well, even Beast Wars aired things out of order.
But sort of like the Gambler and Child's Play in season 2, it was one where you have a sort of strangely unexpected continuity between two of the
Yes.
episodes. But yeah, that would be an episode that Casey Kasem wouldn't have wanted to be involved with. I'm pretty sure he had left before that particular entry into the Carbomia canon.
So,
According
Tigatron
to the
helps.
wiki, that was literally the episode that Casey Kasem walked out on. And also
I
the
can see
recording
that.
session went 8 hours for everyone.
Wow. I don't even think of that as being that great an episode.
No, not really. It's not a battle you want to win because it's.
It was no ultimate weapon, which was a great
No, the
episode.
ultimate weapon is great.
So many subplots all over the place.
Okay, so Tigatron comes to the aid of the stricken Airazor, and get ready, shippers.
Yay!
Yay, the cannon ship set sail.
Do.
And he has sent that Cyber-Bee back to the Axelon, where it was luckily not shot by Cheetor, because he missed.
Primal
Had a feather on
looks
it.
so angry. He
So
looks
good.
so disappointed in Cheetor for missing when Rat Trap says that he missed.
That was very amusing.
Yeah.
Cheetor says that he didn't shoot it down because it had one of Airazor's feathers, and Rat Trap says, yeah, and cause you missed. And Primal just gives Cheetor this look like, you what?
I thought it was more just, why are you trying to lie to us?
That too.
I'm not angry, Cheetor, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
Cheetor messes up again, but it's inconsequential. Actually,
No. Time to reset the days since last Chidor incident.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
It has.
So he was really competent last episode.
Well, he was serviceable.
Competent
He took out Blackarachnia, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And Tigatron has left this message talking about this crazy island.
Yep.
And how it's got this massive weapon, and if either side gets it, it's the end of the Beast Wars.
His cinematography isn't very good. He's mostly just filming his nose and then panning the camera every once in a while. It's like, look,
He's
there's
got like
his
paws.
nose.
Hard to work.
His great big old tiger nose. It's pretty adorable.
Yeah, I mean, he's got paws, and his camera is a robot bee.
Well, he could have done it in robot mode.
I don't
Is there
know.
a reason why he didn't?
I guess not. No, I
Right.
guess he can go into robot.
It just looks
He's-
funnier in tiger mode.
He's
Yes.
not using his robot mode because he believes that it's more respectful to whatever's running this island
Yeah.
to be in beast mode.
Also, he's seen Rat Trap's stash of found footage movies and knows how these sort of things are supposed to look.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
that too.
And then we get our next time on Beast Wars trailer, which looks super exciting.
Yeah, this is.
Oh yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at how much they give away.
Yeah,
Oh
did,
my
we have
goodness.
did we have a next time on Beast Wars with the first episode?
Yes, we did, because it showed the big battle at the end.
Okay, but this is like a really, really long one. There's
Hey,
lots
like
of
a
screaming,
minute and a half.
lots of explosions, lots of things that happen in the next episode, like people
The next time on
falling
Beast
to
Wars
their
teasers are always really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's. I didn't expect it to be as long or as spoily, but it's like, wow,
yeah, I mean,
there's
it
a lot
kind of
of
gives away
stuff happening.
pretty much everything that's going to happen.
Which was pretty impressive.
Screaming, explosions, power mad, Blackarachnia.
And so that is the trigger. We're leaving you on a cliffhanger here, guys.
Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Do we have any more thoughts on this one, or are we going to save this for the second episode?
You know, I think this is a good time to go ahead and have that discussion that has been simmering in the background for several episodes now, which is, again, about Blackarachnia as a character and how she's probably the best female Transformers character that we got in a canon story until maybe Prime Arcee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it may not be entirely coincidental that, especially this episode where she really comes out, is written by Bob Forward. Bob Forward and Larry DiTillio were both major writers on He-Man, but also more significantly on the She-Ra Princess of Power cartoon back in the 80s.
Oh.
So they, between them, have certainly written enough female characters. I mean, I'm looking at the IMDb page on them, and they are the only writers who did double-digit numbers of episodes on the original She-Ra series. Larry did 18, and Bob did 15.
Wow. That's a lot of
And-
She-Ra.
And I know that between the two of them, they talked a bit about development on that show when they were talking about, interacting with the Transformers fandom back in the day. And so they've written enough female characters that they're over female as a character trait. So, like I was saying before, it's very interesting that Blackarachnia as a design, her design is so sexualized when her as a character, I mean, you could interpret her as coming off a little dominatrixy, but she's not really sexualized as a character at all. She's not someone who's showing off her legs to get guys to fall into traps or anything.
No.
There's only one character on the show that's really into her so far, and she does not seem to return his affection.
Yeah.
Which is for the best.
Yeah, because he's creepy. Oh, tarantulas. And so this is the episode where she really starts coming into her own as someone who has her own ambitions. Where Terrorsaur was sort of the useless cartoon Starscream, she's a much more capable person, and she's someone that, I mean, I don't recall any instance where Megatron specifically assigned someone else to go follow Terrorsaur around so he wouldn't get into trying to, steal his power over the Predacons away. And that eventually as the series progresses, that becomes very much her having thoughts about whether being with the Predacons is even the best thing for her. There's a lot of development with her that we've still got to look forward to in the future. But, unfortunately, Airazor, again, things will happen and she's not a major player in the show for nearly as long as I would have liked. So she didn't get to be as fleshed out as Blackarachnia did. But Blackarachnia clearly was a darling of the writers, I think, because she gets so much development, she gets so much just complicated, complex, emotional development and plot development. She's got her own schemes going on. And yeah, I would say that she's really the most solid female Transformers character until at least Prime Arcee. And
yeah.
Well, yeah, because she becomes, arguably, the second or third most important character?
Yeah.
Behind Primal himself?
I mean, she really does become one of the most important characters in the series. She's gets involved with a lot of stuff. She's got the whole arc going on, the whole sort of romantic subplot with her and Silverbolt, which is fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually, on Twitter, I follow a few literary agents because, as I've said, I've got a novel that I'm working on, finding a home for. And one of them was saying that she really liked that whole Hades Persephone sort of, dynamic, but she wanted to see more stories that had this darker female character with the more light, heroic male character, because you don't usually see it in that way. And I was like, Silverbolt and Blackarachnia!
And that's precisely what that is.
It is. It's very much that gender-inverted Hades and Persephone sort of dynamic. Yeah, and yeah, it's not something that you see gender-inverted very often. It's just, if you're gonna have a canon ship on the show, that's a little more interesting than Airazor and Tigatron, as much as I loved Airazor and Tigatron. Yep. There was just so much character development in that for both of them. And really, if you're going to have a romantic subplot, there needs to be it's so much better to have development come about because of it than just have some boring, well, of course they are relationship. So yeah, I think this is something that we'll be seeing and discussing more as we go forward, but This is the episode where she really starts showing us who she's really supposed to be.
Yeah, because it wasn't until last episode she sort of had a personality. Now we're running with the personality.
Yeah, last episode was kind of the first time it was written for her instead of just, we should use this new character instead of Tarantulas.
Yeah. So it wasn't just that she had, devices she could use because maybe they had meant to put Tarantulas there. This is the first one where she's really very solidly herself. And it's good. So good.
Now, did we bring up the character design stuff in detail before, or had we been told?
I don't think we...
I believe we mentioned it in Inception.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, we're welcome to talk about that some more here. But yeah.
How true is the whole thing about they expensed a trip to the strip club when they decided they were doing a female character?
That, I don't know, but how did it... Was that from Bob and Larry on ATT, maybe?
I don't remember specifically. That may be... I wasn't there when that one was said, but that may be one of Larry's BotCon stories.
He's a real raconteur. That Larry.
It does sound like half a real story.
I mean, he was so much fun. It was great. I mean, I've got this old picture of me and 8, 10 of my friends just hanging out with him at BotCon 99, and he just had the best stories, but you did always have to sort of take them with a grain of salt because, again, like I said, there was the whole thing about how trans metals were going to have little Tamagotchis in them, and that's what the spark was going to be.
It does seem plausible.
It does. It does seem plausible. But yeah, so we kind of got the impression that sometimes his stories, truth was sacrificed for a good story, which you really can't blame a writer for.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can't blame a professional writer for embellishing the truth in the pursuit of a good story.
Yeah. So I don't think we've gotten anything from any of the animators on the veracity of that story. But you
Have
can
the
kind of
animators ever shown up at a BotCon?
We had some of the directors once or twice. Not the actual character designers, but some of the actual directors.
Yes,
But
so
no,
it's probably just a Bob story, but could be true.
Yeah, it might be true.
Or at least
You can
based
certainly
enough on truth. But
You can certainly see it. I mean, goodness knows back in that day, online porn was not of the video quality and resolution that
the plethora and
these
abundance
days.
and freeness that is today.
That
you
was
can
still in
have-
the era of ASCII porn.
Yes.
Yes.
Greg Land couldn't have the career that he does now as an artist back in those days. Because he wouldn't have had nearly as much high quality porn to trace. He would have had to actually buy Playboys.
Yeah, well, you video.
He
you
reuses
pause it.
poses often enough that I think he could have had that career because I think he's working from like a cabinet
Yeah.
of
Some well-worn VHS
disturbingly
tapes.
sticky bookshelves and magazines and VHS tapes. Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably true. But yeah,
I mean,
so it
he's
would have been
enough of a comic book artist that he probably does stuff on paper just so he can still sell his originals, right?
Yes. Probably.
Greg Land.
It's a different kind of podcast.
But yes, fortunately, the writers did not take that tack with her.
No. Alright, so I think it's time for us to pull the trigger on the episode and bid you to join us next time when we'll be covering the second part of The Trigger.
We cliffhanger.
Yay!
Yay!
But until then, you can find us on Tumblr at stasispod.tumblr.com. You can find us on Twitter at stasispod. And you can write into the Maxa mailbag with your theories, with your floating island anecdotes, whatever. We like getting mail, so please write into the Maxa mailbag at stasispodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, please.
And our RSS feed is hosted on iaconunderground.net.
And if you prefer, you can also find us on iTunes, and this is a new-ish edition, you can also find us on Facebook under Stasis Pod, the Beast Wars podcast.
Yes.
So, until next time, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David. See you next
That
time.
went well.
And he was a lot more interested in being known for that side of things than for being in this thing that was just sort of a job.
Yeah.
I have heard through the grapevine that can be kind of similar when it comes to appearances at conventions, that he doesn't really want to be there, but
Yeah.
the offer's too good for him not to.
And he does so
Scott
many
McNeil.
voices that he might as well go.
Scott McNeil really wants to be there.
Oh, Scott McNeil loves it.
Yeah.
Some people just love attention.
That's
Oh, you
Scott
mean
McNeil.
I can be flown out to these places I've never been before and treated like a rock star for 2 days and then disappear into anonymity again? Hell yes.
So I can get money to fix a bike? Awesome. Can I have a new shirt without sleeves?
No, that's fine. If it costs more to get the no sleeve version, I can take the sleeve one and rip the sleeves off myself.
Which was really my only encounter with any voice
My
actors.
hat needs a new bandana still.
At the BotCon I went to it's like I was in the dealer room and Scott McNeil was like at a shirt stand. It was like, do you have any shirts without sleeves? I swear to God, that probably a different wording, but that effect. It's like,
that sounds entirely believable.
Yes. It's like, wait, who's it? Oh, that's Dinobot. Okay. Oh yeah, I need food. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay.